Hello and happy Friday. We are finishing up week 6 of digital learning. I bet everyone has been doing a great job at staying on track. So today we should have read pages 173 through 175 and answered any questions we saw there. And you can skip page 176. So you can either write skip on it or just ignore the page. You do not need to do it. Okay, let's go over our answers and check our work. So number 8, which of the following organs function as both a respiratory organ and an excretory organ? So that answer is D, the lungs. 9, organs such as the kidneys, lungs, skin, and liver work together to C, help maintain homeostasis. 10, one of the rib bones in the skeletal system is to protect the heart from physical injury. 11, how does the structure of the alveoli in the lungs help with their function in the respiratory system? So the alveoli are tiny sacs of lung tissue with very thin walls surrounded by capillaries. The thin walls allow gases to move easily between the lungs and the bloodstream. Number 12, explain how the respiratory and circulatory systems work together to manage materials in the body. So the respiratory systems bring oxygen into the lungs, whereas it's absorbed into the bloodstream by the circulatory system. The oxygen is carried to cells, where it is used to supply energy for the cells functioning. The respiratory system also removes waste from the bloodstream. Number 13, the spinal cord is a thick column of D, nervous tissue that connects the brain to the body's nerves. Number 14, the endocrine system releases hormones that regulate processes in the body. Number 15, how does the nervous system regulate basic body processes? So the hypothalamus is an organ that sends out nerve signals to control sleep, hunger, and other processes. It also releases chemicals that regulate glands and organs in the endocrine system. Number 16. Suppose you're riding a bike to a friend's house. On the way, you see a pothole in the street. Explain how your brain functions to protect you from both injury at that moment as well as in the future. So my brain reacts by directing my arms to steer the bike around the pothole. My brain also records the event as a memory so that in the future I will remember to avoid the pothole. Okay, let's check the next page. This page was all reading, no questions. Okay, this went with the reading for that last page where there weren't any questions. These were the questions that went with it. So, number 1, which body systems are directly affected by the syndrome? Select all that apply. So, circulatory system, nervous system, and muscular system. Number 2, order the events from first 1 to last 4. So, first would be child inherits Crigler-Najjar syndrome. Then liver cells cannot produce an enzyme. Bilirubin builds up and becomes toxic. Various systems in the body are damaged. Okay, number 3. How are cells and tissue in the liver affected by Crigler-Najjar syndrome? So it is an inherited disorder that results in liver cells that don't produce an important enzyme. Without this enzyme, the liver tissue cannot convert bilirubin to a safe form, and it builds up toxic levels in the body. Number 4. How does Crigler-Najjar syndrome affect the circulatory system? So the syndrome results in the liver being unable to produce an enzyme that breaks down the bilirubin into a safe form. As a result, it builds up in the brain and other nervous tissue and damages them. Number 5. How does the Crigler-Najjar syndrome demonstrate that the body is a system that depends on interacting subsystems in order to function properly? So the syndrome shows that when just one part of a single system is affected, it can have a ripple effect and impact other body systems. This is because none of the system operates independently. Every system is dependent on other systems to function. And then this one. And if you had trouble with this one, you can always write skip. But if not, then hopefully you wrote something down. This one says, why is it important to consider how one body system impacts other body systems when designing a successful training plan? So training one body system will affect other systems, and you need to avoid problems and injuries. For example, training muscles incorrectly can lead to problems with the nervous system and skeletal system. Okay, I hope you understood the questions and answers, and that was all you had to do for this packet. And make sure, if you haven't done so, you need to send me pictures of the pages that you completed here. Starting next week for week 7 of digital learning, there will be other things that you will be doing that are on our Google Classroom. It might be some videos to follow. It might be some Google Forms to fill out. There might be some new worksheets. It just depends on what we're going to be doing next. So make sure you're checking on Google Classroom every day to see what is needed for you to do for science. I hope you have a great rest of the day. See you all next time. Bye.